Hello and welcome everyone. This is Race on Oz. It's Monday night. It's the PC League back, and the stream is also back. Thanks for coming along. We haven't had one for a few weeks now. Unintended, my computer decided to die. One hot tip I learnt over all of this time: if you buy something from the store and they say, "Oh, you should just quickly do an update of your BIOS," don't do it, or pay someone to do it, because mine died after I upgraded the RAM and updated the BIOS. It decided to die. So $200 later in 3 weeks, we're back. Anyway, let's take a look. We are round number 7 of 9. So we missed Donington Park, Kyalami and Mazzano. So we've got Silverstone, Red Bull Ring and Valencia to finish off the season. You can see here on top there, it's Benjamin Hignett leading the way on 411 points. 393 points is Vinny Kinero tucked in behind him. 368 points is Terry Rayton in third. In fourth, on 334 points, it's Max Ricker, 334.3. 393.8 and 411.1. I don't know how we get the point ones or whatever it is. Anyway, Paul Russell doing well there in 5th position. 6th position is James Pierre Reid on 278.9. On 270.9, it's Mitch Hayes. Matt Frost is on 239.8. Mark Hurley, he is on 231.7. And on 216.3, it's Peter Wall rounding out the top 10. While we were gone, so race victories too. Round number 4 was Max Ricker. Round number 5 was Vinny Kinero. I'm spewing. I missed that one. And I'm also disappointed I missed James Pierre Reid, who won last week as well. So they were the race winners while we were away, unscheduled. In terms of the Silver Class Championship, it's Mark Hurley leading the way there on 231.7 points. He has one class victory. Peter Wall, he's sitting there on second, 216.3 with 2 wins. Neil Fateney in third. He has 1 victory to his name. Chris Hildebrand has a couple in fourth on 142 points. Adrian Rice and Aaron Parker, a newcomer to the PC League this season, sitting there in 7th. Then you got for AM class, it's Herbertron leading the way. Robin Herbert, 175.1. 4 class victories. He's been on fire. Wally Masterson, 145.2. Zach Jensen, 84 points in third. Then Lee Perkins with 1 class victory on 66 points in fourth. 39.8 for Joshua Wilson, another newcomer. And Simeon Coco yet to get off the mark. In terms of driver ballast, that's what you see there. Benjamin Hignett with the most. Vinny Kinero with 14 kilos. Terry Rayton with 10. Then Ricker with 9. Mike East with 8. Dirk Donk and James Pierre Reid on 6. Then 4 fourth. 3-3, 2-2 to everyone else. Let's take a quick look at the circuit. It is the mighty Silverstone circuit, so plenty of famous corner names. Every corner does have a name attached to it. As we have a quick look now, 5.89 kilometres in length, 18 turns. It has been wet. Conditions are set to be wet, to mirror that of the current climate in the country that we race in. Being the northern hemisphere, it is winter, so rain is to be expected. As we have a quick look at the circuit there, so that is everything up and running. I hope the stream's coming through nicely for everyone. I'll quickly move this to here like that. So in terms of who was the fastest in free practice 1, it was Terry Rayton. So T. Rayton, his time was a 2-minute .05.607. That was the fastest time there of the free practice session. That is just concluded. I think we're waiting for Aaron Parker. Max Ricker is not out. Max Ricker is out there as well. Who else is out there? Paul Russell. they've updated that Williams livery as well. Looks quite delightful. He's P11 in the free practice session. So he's doing well in the Boatley. Sitting there in the championship, sitting P5, as I mentioned earlier. Who else we got? Max Ricker here coming through. So he's taken a race victory this season so far. Reigning champion. He's got a little bit of work to do to go back to back. That's Aaron Parker. He did that livery himself. I like it. A newbie to liveries. He's done more liveries than I ever have, that's for sure. Looks quite nice, I thought, on the Honda. So keen to see how he goes tonight. Here's Neil Fakeney in the Kevin Bartlett-esque Channel 9 livery. And there we go.
Go.
Boom. All right. Is Vinny Canero going to be the first one out? He is! Look at that. Some things never change, eh? So, Vinny Canero making his way out. Benjamin Hignett. He's got a new livery. The Valkyrie Motorsport Ruse livery. Looks quite nice, doesn't it? What's the track? Track's at Optimum. We're expecting some weather, though. Some rain in 10 minutes. So I want to get out there and get their laps in before the rain comes. Scheduled for 10 minutes. So we'll should see most of the cars making their way out on circuit. One of them is Mitch Hayes. I think I saw James Mack out there as well. Needs to get over his liveries as well, which is handy. Who else do we have? Plenty of cars out there. Mitch Hayes is one of them. Abertron in the Red Bull Racing Ruse entry. Wally Masterson. Out there. Adrian Ross. I don't know what's going on with his livery. He had that GIO red livery out there today. And here's Zach Jensen. He is the green-eyed rooster. I like it. It would be cool if you could color the headlights in, wouldn't it? That would be pretty sweet. Here's Nathan Henderson, a newcomer to the league tonight. So welcome to Nathan Henderson, running in the Nismo GTR. So good luck to him. He was pretty fast in free practice. I don't know anything about him, so we'll see how he goes this evening. So good luck to him. I'm keen to see, some of the other guy, Parker. Well, I think that's for the console members. I think it's Knox Parker, I think. And that dude's pretty quick. So, expecting good things from him. As Vinny Canero is going to be the first car to head off on a flying lap as he's making his way through the Maggots, now Beckett's section. Track is at Optimum as he comes through Chapel now. I like this one. Check out this camera angle. This is cool. ACC race control has had an update. As he's making his way out of Stowe for the short run into the Vale chicane. Oh, looks like he popped up the rears there a little bit, that back end wanting to step out. He's making his way now out of club. And you go up through Abbey. You can see there, and through turn 12, which is Farm Curve. We come into this tricky little complex. This is the village. And then this left-hander, this is the loop through 14. 15's pretty much flat to the floor through Aintree. And then to blast down the Wellington Straight. As he'll make his way into the hard braking zone. Getting ready for turn 16, which is Brooklands. Then through 17 of Luffield. Oh, and here is the rain. Look at that. It's early. sort of time does Kinero do? We'll find out very, very shortly as he hits the line at 158.910. So will we see that challenge? The truck has already gone too far, so it's already rapidly deteriorating. Here's Mitch Hayes, who'll be the next one over. Here comes James Mack. Herbertron. Here comes Mark Hurley. And there was a 37 there. Wally Masterson made his way through. Terry Rayton's still out there. So 158.895. That's from Parker in the 884 Honda. Just get that there. Yeah. What else we got here? So this is Terry Rayton making his way across. Here's Neil Fakeney. Max Ricker coming through. So 58.895 time to beat as Ricker crosses the line. And good enough for P11. So the rain well and truly here right now. Vinny Kinero, who was the first driver out there, he's in P3. He's in the pits as we speak. So this qualifying session, we've had this happen before. It might have been last season. It was dry early on, then the rain came, and it's not going to improve Benjamin Hignet's time, unfortunately. So he makes his way into the pits. Parker still out there on a lap, not going to improve. That last lap was about a 2:03, so 5 seconds off his best time. Wally Masterson, he's not on a lap. Ricker is, he's going to have a crack here. But he's well down on his best time, around about 4 seconds at the moment. So pretty hefty difference, and we're not even halfway through this qualifying session. So the rain has created an anticlimactic session, unfortunately. I was all geared up, ready to go, and yeah, that's basically the session done. That's Wally Masterson making his way into the pits. Terry Rayton out there right now. I'm just trying to see what the setup is for the race tonight in terms of race conditions and all that sort of stuff, in terms of pit stops and whatnot. Maybe if someone's in the chat, that would be good to let us know. As Terry Rayton continues to circulate, as does the number 2, that's Nando Latenzio in the BMW. Making his way down Wellington Straight. Lots of red on the timing screen right now, but this man is at the top of the time. So 58.895 was the fastest time of the session. Benjamin Hignet is currently sitting in P2, sliding all over the place. A little bit of drifting right now, having a bit of fun out there. He's in P2. Just letting it all hang out there. This is quite entertaining, more entertaining than what we're getting in terms of this qualifying session. Most of the cars are in the pits, or about half the field in fact. So Hignet in second, Kinero, he's in P3, these positions are not going to change because they were all set in much more favourable conditions. Hayes, he's sitting there in P4 right now. James Mack, he'll begin the race from P5. Matt Frost. Air temperature's 22, track temperature's 27, so not necessarily frosty conditions. Almost balmy, you would say, for this area of the world. Herbertron, he's in 7th. Pierre Reid, he's in 8th. Terry Rayton 9th. Mark Hurley, highest of the silver drivers. I tell a lie, that belongs to this man here, Aaron Parker. Which makes you wonder how much longer will he be a silver driver for, if this is the sort of performance he's already putting in. Max Ricker in the Porsche. Adrian Rice, Zach Jensen, Paul Russell, Wally Masterson, Neil Fakeney, Nathan Henderson, Latenzio, and Perkins. He's always a little bit late, isn't he, Lee Perkins? Not too sure if that's by design or if he has work commitments or family commitments or some sort of commitment. But anyway, he's here. That's the main thing, right? Just check chat. See if anyone. I think I saw Heather Russell before in there. Yeah, hey Heather, I hope you're doing well, and the Russell clan and Jay Benjamin was in there. Here we go again. Yeah, so we're back, which is good. A bit anticlimactic though, because this qualifying session's been nullified from the rain. Just trying to see. Yeah, new driver entering the championship tonight in Pro Class, Nathan Henderson. So big welcome to Nathan Henderson in the Nissan GTR down there in 17th right now. But I would expect to see his name up towards the front of the field for sure as the race gets underway. So 3 minutes left in this session. Like I said, it's a bit of a anticlimactic one. Just got to see out the time now. So while we were away, well, while I was away, the racing continued. So it was Max Ricker in round number 4. He took out the race victory there. Round number 5 was Vinny Quinero, and round number 6 was James Pierre Reid. To give you a bit of an idea of the 3 previous winners before that, it was Dirk Donkett, which is, what's his name? It's not his real name, obviously. But anyway, came and smashed him in the Aston Martin in round 1. Round number 2 was Benjamin Hignett. So he took victories in round 2 and round 3. So he went back to back. Then he had a 6th, a 2nd, and a 19th. So not a good run for him last week. Terry Rayton, who's sitting 3rd in the championship. His season is 7th, 3rd, 7th, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. So Terry Rayton has finished no lower than 7th this season. Max Ricker, so his championship defence, not ideal. 8th, 11th, 5th. Then a victory in round number 4, 7th and 3rd. So seems like he's coming to grips with that, with the Porsche. James Pierre Reid, where are you? James Pierre Reid. There we go. His season so far, a 9th, a 19th and a 4th. He didn't race in round 4. 4th in round 5, and then victory last week. So awesome stuff from him for the season. Where are you, Mitch Hayes? Here he is. Not much action going on right now on the track. Vinny Caniero's out there, but Mitch Hayes, he a 6th, a 4th, and 9th, and then 3rd, 18th, and 17th. So the last couple of rounds not particularly favourable for him. Matt Frost, 10th, 10th, a 15th, 13th, 6th, and 5. Mark Hurley in that lovely Pennzoil entry. He didn't race the first one. 8th, 6th, 11th, 13th, and 7th. And then Peter Wall is he racing tonight, Peter Wall? Have I seen his name? Maybe he's not racing tonight. No, he isn't. There you go. So Peter Wall isn't racing, but his season so far has been a 15th, a 5th, 8th, 9th, 17th, and 11th, but he has taken out class victories. I think he's taken a couple, from memory, as the season is about, the session is about to come to a close. Somewhat suitable weather for boats right now. Hero is going to finish off this lap, and we've got one other car. I know we've got a few other cars out on track right now. One of them is Nando Latanzio. Number 9, Neil Fakeney. There we go. The countdown has fast forwarded. Mitch Hayes was the other one. So we will be getting things underway very, very shortly. Just waiting for these guys. Perkins and Hayes to close out the session. Hayes is the other one. Just getting some wet weather running in. If you are watching this on delay, let us know in the Discord chat if how the sound and everything is as well, and quality and whatnot. All right. See, I do get annoyed. I get annoyed at this. Like, dude, you're holding up the session. Like, that's all you're doing right now. So I do get annoyed at this. This is a pet peeve of mine. There's two of them out there. Like, what are you doing, Lee Perkins? What are you doing, Mitch Hayes? Like, come on, let's get this show on the road. I do get quite annoyed at this. It is serving no purpose. Here we go. Lee Perkins, the final one out there. Oh, dude, and you just come into the pits like that. You could have teleported there. Oh. All right. Let's go. Get the timer, hopefully. There we go. All right.
There is some rain in this session, so watch out for slippery curves and remember to brake earlier.
2 minutes. I'll be back in about 1. So sit tight. I'll be back very, very shortly. Alright, so we are back. Grid is set. So Parker will begin the race from P1. He'll be joined on the second row of the grid. It's Benjamin Hignett. We'll start from P2. Vinny Canero will begin the race from third. Mitch Hayes will be starting next to him on the second row of the grid in P4. James Mack will begin the race there in P5 in the Porsche. Next to him in the Mercedes is the 666 of Matt Frost. Then you got Herbertron, Robin Herbert. He's the highest of the AM runners, beginning the race in P7. James Pierre Reid will be starting the race in 8th position. Terry Rayton is going to start the race in 9th. Mark Hurley will begin the race in P10. Hey, good healthy grid tonight. 19 runners, that's pretty good. Max Ricker is starting the race in P11. Adrian Rice will start from P number 12. 13th is Zach Jensen in the Mustang. Paul Russell has missed the start. He's in the pits. So I'm not too sure if that is by design. But right now that Bentley is in the pits. 15th is Wally Masterson. Neil Fakeney starting from 16th position. 17th is Lee Perkins. 18th. Oh, what's going on with Nathan Henderson here? That's just, I wonder if there's some confusion around because Paul Russell is in the pits and just didn't want to get a penalty. He's gone to the pits as well. So 2 starting from pit lane. It's see there you can see the just up in the distance there the red Nismo. So 2 cars starting from pit lane, which might not be too bad. It looks like it's wet now. Track is damp, but doesn't look like this rain will hang around for too long. Gorilla Snapper, sounds like Henderson had shifter issues. Thanks, Gorilla Snapper. That is very, very informative. The car was just redlining in first. Right, and now James Pierre Reid is in the pits. So we've got 3 cars in the pits there. Got good intel there from Gorilla Snapper around Henderson. So gives us a bit of an idea of what's going on. The rest of the field are making their way just through the Vale chicane right now. So have a look at Hayes. I don't know for sure, but it seems the most logical take. Well, look, I'm not going to hold you to it. So sounds pretty logical to me. So let's roll with it. James Mack starting in 5th position. So it's going to be very, very interesting as the majority started on dry tyres, looking to make their way out of the rain, make their way through this little period before the rain stops, or if they started on the wet tyres. I don't know what the pit stop setup is for this evening. It's on that Emperor website. We're going to talk to that right now. Yeah, anyway, we'll work it out, eh? Yeah, but yeah, it was Monday night. Where are we? Overview? No, I don't know. Damn it. Go Benny. That's right, punked. Cheering on, I would assume, Benjamin Hignett. I think he's the only Ben in here. Fakeney, Lee Perkins, Nando Latenzio. So we've got Russell, Henderson and Reid all in the pits. We'll see how many of them take part. But in the meantime, we're going to keep all eyes on the track. We're round number 7 of 9. So only 2 more to go after this. We're in the final third of the season. The final one for 2024. It's Parker leading the way from Benjamin Hignett. They're going to start on the front row of the grid. We'll get the signal any second now.
Green light.
And
Go,
there
go.
it is. Looks like Hignett got a pretty good start as well. Vinny Kimura got a jump on Parker. Almost go 3 wide into the first turn. They're still 3 wide at the moment. Hignett's taken the lead though, so Vinny Kimura just sneaking up to try and take away P2 as they go into Maggots and Beckett's. Vinny Kimura was early on the brakes. They're going to go side by side through the first part of the Maggots Beckett's Chapel. Oh no, Parker's almost gone around. Oh, this is going to cause carnage everywhere. And it was well done by the rest of the field through there. That was phenomenal driving from everyone. Let's have a look at this on the replay. Let's go on board with him. He turns around and this is going to be his view. Oh, he just cops a little clip there, I think, from James Mack. Great driving there from Adrian Rice as well, who took evasive action. And we'll go back to live images. So Parker, he's dropped all the way down into P18, and the 3 cars that were in the pits, they all have made their way out on track. So it's Benjamin Hignett leading the way. The rain has stopped. You can hear it. So it lasted for, what, half a lap. That car looking a little bit squirrely going through there was Hignett. Ricker has worked himself up into P7. The rear of that Porsche wanting to step out. He's got Jensen tucked in behind him. James Mack. Mark Hurley looking to go down the inside. Good driving from everyone involved there. No contact. Brayton has made his way past Herbert. James Mack is able to hold on to that position. Wally Masterson. Oh, what's happened, Wally? He's facing the wrong way as well. Let's go to the replay. That's Paul Russell and Nando Latenzio behind him. Oh, I think that was contact there. It was. And facing the wrong way is Masterson. As we go back to live images, so he has dropped down into P19. So we've had a few drivers have a go at being last in the field. It's Wally Masterson's turn right now as Benjamin Hignett leading the field. A pretty decent gap between he and Vinny Kimura already. 2.6 seconds the difference. Followed by Matt Frost in P3. Mitch Hayes in 4th. Max Ricker making up ground. So he takes away another position. He moves himself up into P6 now. So he started in P10. Already made up 4 spots from where he started. So I reckon he's definitely on the dry tyre. I think most of them will be on the dry tyre out there. Probably we've seen some pit stops already. Then we've got quite the angry pack from about 7th through to 13th. It's quite the traffic jam right now. We're having a look at Mark Hurley. He's got Jensen just up ahead of him. Looks like Henderson and Parker. Henderson, who started in the pit lane, and Parker had the issue there on lap 1. Both decided to do a little bit of power sliding through there. Looks quite spectacular, but not the fastest way around the circuit. Here's James Pierre Reid. He's worked his way up into P14. That's Henderson just ducking out, having a quick look at Latenzio. So the track is damp right now. We'll see how quickly it warms up. Air temperature's 22, track temperature's 28 degrees right now. There's Henderson putting the move on Latenzio. So they're going to get this done. They're going to battle it out as they go down the Wellington straight through Aintree. But that's Parker had other ideas. Good little scrap going on between these two right now. And Henderson ends up winning that little battle. Runs a bit deep. You'll have to try and gather it up. And that's that. As Hurley first to enter the pit. So maybe he started on the wet tyre. Too sure. We're having a look at Adrian Rice. We'll quickly flick across to James Mack because he's all over the back of Herbert right now. So they're battling it out for 7th and 8th respectively between these two. The gap out in front though, 4 seconds already. The difference between Hignett and Kinnear, 2.1 seconds is the difference between Kinnear and Frost. As Mack gets that move done into Stowe, very popular overtaking spot is Stowe. And Jensen, what's happened? Jensen, oh no! We were just at Stowe. Let's see if we can have a look here at what's happened to Zach Jensen. Oh, a little bit of contact from behind. That's Neil Fakeney. He gives him another one for good measure. And everyone scatters and leaves Zach Jensen there. As we go back to live images, he's in P16 right now, so he doesn't get a turn to be the last in the field. So Benjamin Hignett leading Vinny Kinnear by 4.6 seconds. Matt Frost sitting in third. Hayes is just behind him right now, so only a second the difference between the two. You can see there's the Mercedes of Matt Frost, the 666. Terry Rayton sitting in fifth, a couple of seconds off these guys. Then it's Ricker, Mack, Herbert, Perkins and Adrian Rice, who's all over the back of Lee Perkins, who started in P15. He's made good progress, as Parker has also made good progress. Gets the move done in a former Honda driver, James Pierre Reid, who's making his way into the pits. So is Nathan Henderson. So some early pit stops this evening. See how long those stops go for. Minute 3 was Hurley, so he seems to be the measuring stick at the moment. So we're watching Adrian Rice. I like this view. Might encourage drivers to sort of put some effort into their helmet and their race suit design. I'm digging it. I like it. Having a look at what Adrian Rice is seeing. So Rice chasing Perkins. The gap, Benjamin Hignett is only extending it right now. It's 5.4 seconds. His last lap was a 2-minute 5.555. Almost a full second faster than Vinny Kinnear, who's sitting there in P2. As we're watching Adrian Rice and Parker going at it. They're 10th and 11th right now. Let's flick across to Terry Rayton, because he's putting the move on Mitch Hayes. And nice work there from Terry Rayton. So yet to take a race victory this season. But nice move from him as Mitch Hayes. So I don't think there's a mandatory pit stop by the looks of things, if I'm judging the lack of pit indicators next to the names. As we continue to watch Parker making his way up through the field, so he's up to P10 right now. And I like it. It's his first time having a crack at making a livery. I think he's done a fine job. It looks fantastic. So, on the driver, chasing down Lee Perkins. You can see in that rear viewer TV screen, if you like, is Adrian Rice. He's just disappeared. You can see his lights. Looks like Terry Rayton has made a move on Matt Frost. That's in the Vale chicane. Let's have a look at that on the replay. We'll go on board with Terry Rayton. We'll watch the replay of this one. He gets a nice run out of Chapel. That was pretty easy in the end. Okay, that's the end of it. Some nice work there from Terry Rayton as we go back to live images. Back to Parker chasing down Lee Perkins. I think I've got to fix the shadow. shadow setting after this. So here's Parker. Going to go around the outside. He'll have the inside run for the next corner. Not quite. He's going to duck back the other way. A little bit of a slide. But doesn't look... Oh, they make contact. Perkins wasn't too happy about giving that up. And so they remain where they were. Here's our race leader, Benjamin Hignett. He's making his way into the pits, so only 10 minutes into this race. Vinny Canero is following him, as is Matt Frost. So Hignett, Canero and Frost all make their way into the pits. Terry Rayton inherits the lead. Looks like it's about a minute to, maybe even 58 seconds to about a minute 3 total time. So that's ties, and Rayton makes a mistake. He's able to catch that back up again. That's Ricker coming through. Let's go to the replay. Let's just see what happened here. So he's by himself. Tricky conditions. Oh, and that back end just wanted to step out, and nice save from him. That could have very easily gone all the way around and been quite costly. But in the end, he's got away with that relatively nicely, only losing one spot to Max Ricker. So the car number 1 is in P1 right now. As we go back to Parker, having a look at Perkins. Will he make the move stick this time? They make contact again. Perkins goes around. That's a tiny little 360 from him. And the redress happens, and that's what we like to see. Nice work there from Parker and Perkins. So all's well that ends well. The trusted driver panel look very favourably on that. As we're watching Paul Russell, who's moved himself up into P10 in the early stages of this one. So cars that have pitted is pretty much from P12 down, bar Paul Russell. He's the other driver who has made a pit stop. So currently in P10 right now. So highest of the cars that have made a pit stop, and he's looking to put a move here on Neil Fakeney as they're heading down the Wellington Straight. He's going to go down the inside for the left-hander. Nice work there from Paul Russell. I'm sure Heather Russell and the Russell family will be pretty happy about that. And Paul Russell moves himself up into P number 9, so highest of the pitted drivers. Here we go, Parker and Perkins. Been going at it for a couple of laps now. Parker was able to find his way past, but did so with a bit of contact. Lee Perkins with a nice little 360 pirouette. Parker redressed. They resume battle. And now Parker is continuing his quest to try and pass the number 33 Ferrari, who's got Nando Latenzio up ahead of him. In terms of where our race leader filtered out, P number 12 is where Benjamin Hignett sits at the moment. He had a pit stop of 58 seconds. Canero was 59 seconds, and Frost was 1 minute. So that's a tyre stop and some fuel to get home. As Parker continues to give chase. Almost at the quarter way mark already in this one, so only 60 minutes tonight. 60 minutes next week and 100 minutes to finish off the season. So cars that have pitted, pretty much every car from 12th down, and Paul Russell, who has set the fastest lap of the race on his previous trip around, a 2-minute 2.865. So nice work from him. He's definitely in the zone right now. Track is at Greasy. Looks like there's no rain forecast, at least for the next half an hour. As Parker, take 2. Nothing doing on this trip around. Track temperature is at 28 degrees. It's remained pretty steady throughout this one. Here's Hayes and Kinero. So this is essentially battle for P2 and P3. Kinero taking a much tighter line through there than Hayes. As we look back from the Bentley. Don't want to stay away too long from this battle between Perkins and Parker. These two are going at it right now, only separated by about 1.5 tenths on that previous trip around. And that's Paul Russell making up ground on this group as well. So he has made a stop, so he definitely has that advantage right now. Here we go. Can he get a move done here? Not quite. Beckett's. No, this is not Maggots and Beckett's. This is through Village. So Village now the loop. Alright, can he get a nice little toe out of here through Aintree? It's a little bit wobbly. Let's see if he was able to keep enough speed. Sticking with him right now. The gap between these two chasers, also Parker's decided that's enough. He'll make a pit stop. He'll try and jump Perkins in the pits. I was going to say Russell was making up a lot of ground on them as well as Herbert and Mack. This is for third and fourth. These two drivers haven't pitted. So the top 7 so far, as well as Neil Fakeney and Wally Masterson, have yet to pit so far in this race. As Parker hits his marks. As mentioned, it's about 58 seconds to a minute. Seems to be about the par time tonight, as we're not too far away from a third race distance. This is Hayes and Kinero, so essentially net P2 and P3. Last lap around for Benjamin Hignett, who's 12 seconds up the road from these guys. He did a 2-minute 1.107, so the fastest lap of the race has tumbled again, and Benjamin Hignett is the current owner of that title. Here's Hayes looking to tuck himself under the rear wing of the Bentley as they make their way down Hanger Straight. McLaren versus Bentley. So these two all right. So they come out of club, heading up towards turn 11. So Matt Frost is tucked in between them as well. So he's just tucked behind them. You'll see him just in the shot there. Hayes looking for a way past. He currently sits P7th in the championship. His last 3 races was in round 5, he was 3rd. Round 6, he was 18th. In round 7, sorry, round 6, he was 17th. So he's had a couple of rough rounds. Almost made a bit of contact there with the rear of Vinny Kinero, as Russell has gotten past Perkins as well while we were watching that. There we go. Hayes. Bumper cam. This is Rayton and Ricker. So this is P1 and P2, but they haven't pitted yet. So they obviously started on the dry tyre. They're lapping 2-minute 2.435 to Ricker on the previous trip. A 2:01.575 to Rayton. So the fastest lap, though, the last lap was a 2-minute flat 0.4 to Benjamin Hignett. So he's flying at the moment. These two drivers get to make their pit stop. Here's Russell and Latanzio. This is down the Wellington Straight. Gets the job done. So Paul Russell, who has made his stop. He made it he made it very early. So I wonder if that's including, 21 minutes. Yeah, I wonder if that's that one stop though is the stop that he made when he had to go into the pits. When he went into the pits at the start of the race. I think it might be. Parker the same, Henderson 2 stops. So I think it is. Yeah, that makes sense. There's Perkins hunting down Latanzio. And Rayton still on the back. Old Max Ricker. There, so the track is at fast, so it's definitely dry, no rain forecast, at least for the next half an hour, so we might see dry conditions all the way to the end. This is what the drivers would be hoping for, as Nathan Henderson gets the move on Mark Hurley, so moves himself up into P16, so he was one of the drivers that started from pit lane. So yeah, that pit stop next to Paul Russell's name, he is going to have to stop again. So I'll just temper my excitement around that for now as we continue to watch Max Ricker and Terry Rayton battle it out for P1 and P2. So neither driver have stopped as of yet. Top 5 in fact, and then, well, you can say the top 10 really, because Paul Russell needs to make another stop, even though he's got one next to his name. So that would put Benjamin Hignett, our race net leader, as mentioned. The pit stop time is around about a minute, 58 seconds to a minute. The gap between Hignett and Max Ricker right now is 40.9 seconds. So he's got this race well in hand. He's 14.7 seconds ahead of Vinny Canero, who's got his hands full with Mitch Hayes right now. And Hignett's about 4.3 seconds off Wally Masterson at the moment, who was lapping about 3.3 seconds slower on that previous lap, so you'd expect to see Hignett make his way past Masterson in the near future, judging by those lap times. Battle. So Canero last lap around a 2-minute .890. Mitch Hayes a 2-minute .557. So it gives you an idea on pace. 3/10 faster was Hayes on that previous trip. Got a few good little battles going on as we near the halfway mark of this one. 25 minutes gone. So just over a third race distance, not far away from halfway of this one, round number 7 of the season number 4 for 2024, and the final round, the final season for this year. As we're watching ratings, the last lap around they were separated by 0.02 of a second. So nothing in it between these two right now. Doing a great job to keep it all on track. Track temperature has gone up slightly, so the air temperature went from 22 to 23. Track temperature increased from 28 to 29. Hignett continues to pump in fastest laps. So a 2-minute .390 was his previous lap, new fastest lap of the race. That's Wally Masterson in that yellow and black Mustang, a little bit further up the road that we saw. This is Robin Herbert, or Herbertron, you may know him as, the 512. The highest of the AM runners now, with Adrian Rice, the highest of the silver runners as well. Gives you a bit of an idea for the class battles. Oh, Mac runs wide there. Doesn't cost him too much time, but Adrian Rice is rearing up on this group. Keeping in mind they're all yet to stop. So once they make their stops, they will be filtered back sort of towards the mid-pack, I would think. We'll have to wait and see, though. In the meantime, they've got to battle it out. Here's Hignett, net race leader. We've got Wally Masterson coming out of Aintree down the Wellington Straight. And the Mustang. Fair bit of tow in it. But Hignett is able to get past in that Valkyrie Motorsport entry. And moves up into P10. Here's Rice all over Herbert. So Rice, a fellow Mustang driver, as was Masterson. And winding it up. Oh, almost makes a little bit of contact as they go through Stowe out of the Hangar Straight. Not quite able to do it this time around. Adrian Rice will have to just bide his time for a little while longer to see where he can launch his next attack. So they're making their way along the, I think that's the Grand Prix start finish line. It's had a lot of changes over the years. Probably in its best configuration now, though, I reckon. And the weather is certainly typical of this area and this track. This little traffic jam that we've got going on, a three-way battle for third, fourth and fifth. And that's Paul Russell in the background as well. He left a 2:01.2 last lap around. Definitely faster than Mack and Herbert. A little bit slower than Rice, but it doesn't matter because Rice decides now is the time to make his stop. Making his way into the pits. Followed by Perkins. Perkins making his stop there. There we go. And then Herbert now. All over the back of James Mack, where he has been for a little while now. That's Russell there, very apt livery for this circuit. So just ticking over halfway now. It's Max Ricker leading the way. He started in P10. He's worked his way up into P1. Terry Rayton, he started in 8th, so up 6 spots. Then Mack and Herbert. Russell started 17th. Latenzio started 16th. Fakeney started 14th. So drivers would all need to make their pit stops still. So Neil Fakeney, and then the other one is Wally Masterson. So Benjamin Hignett sitting there in 8th. He's made his stop. Kinero in 10th. And Hayes. So those two continue to do battle. Only a couple of tenths separating them in terms of pace right now. They're net P2 and P3. And this battle here that we've been looking at is Terry Rayton decides to come into the pits. So he's making his stop. Max Ricker continues on. Throwing that Ferrari through that left-right sequence of corners. And then out of Chapel along the hanger straight. Get a little bit of an onboard shot from him. Now, Terry Rayton, that looked a little bit squirrely under brakes. How long was that pit stop, Terry Rayton? 33 seconds. So Terry Rayton has come out in P6. Now, he is about 4 seconds ahead of Benjamin Hignett. He's a second ahead of Neil Fakeney, but Neil Fakeney does need to pit, so this is not necessarily his fight at the moment. So Terry Rayton, 33-second pit stop. Does that mean this man might do the same as well? Max Ricker. This will be interesting to see, because if he does do the same, where would he come out? It's 20 seconds to Mac. He'd come out around about P7, so that would be spicy if we had Rayton, Ricker and Hignett all line astern with just on 27 minutes left to go. That would spice this race up very nicely. And there you go, the top of the screen there, forecast rain in 30 minutes. So will we see rain at the very end of this one? I don't think it's going to be enough to have an impact, as Ricker getting as much bang for buck on that pit entry. So here comes James Mack. He'll come through and inherit the lead. That Porsche is a little bit beat up at the moment, but doing well. Then you've got Herbert, Russell. He's coming into the pits. They'd make his scheduled stop. Latenzio comes through. Here's Terry Rayton. Where is Ricker? Ricker's still going. Here comes Rayton. So Ricker's got the same strategy as Rayton right now. Ricker coming out. I think he's going to do it. Has he done it? I think he has. Yes, he has. There we go. So Rayton is behind Ricker. How long was that stop, Max Ricker? 33-second stop. So he's on the same strategy as Terry Rayton. His tyres are going to be fresher. Benjamin Hignett, he is... When was the last time he pitted? Saying he's 22 minutes into his stint. So he pitted a little while ago. Interesting. So Rayton and Ricker are going to have the fresher tyres to finish this one off. As this is Benjamin Hignett. This is 4th position. This is all fighting for legitimate positions right now between Fakeney and Hignett. And Fakeney taking the inside tighter line, and Hignett sneaking past. So the gap between Benjamin Hignett and Terry Rayton is 3.6 seconds with 25 minutes remaining. Max Ricker, he's less than a second the difference between he and Terry Rayton. So two drivers that'll be very familiar with one another. Hignett last lap around a 2-minute .105. So he's lapping at an incredibly fast pace at the moment. You can see him in the background there. Can Ricker and Rayton hold on? Or will they be hunted down by the 471 Ferrari? We've got about 24 and a bit minutes to go to find out. In the meantime, let's give some shine to James Mack, leading the race right now. Started in P5, so good starting position up there in 5th. So if he does a 33-second pit stop, as does Herbertron, 11, 14, 17, 18, 26. Oh, they'd come around about 9th and 10th, around about there. And these two guys will be wondering what the hell is going on. Adrian Rice going down the inside of Lee Perkins. That was at the Vale chicane. He gets the job done. Let's have a look at that again on the replay. As Rice pulls out of the draft. It's not... Why is it doing that? See how that car's black on the replay? Why did it do that? Interesting. So Adrian Rice there. He has made his stop. So 14th outright at this stage. He's still got some time to make up spots. The drivers that need to pit ahead of him, Mack, Herbert, Latanzio, Fakely and Masterson. So he's got a bit of work still to do in this one. So getting back to these guys will be wondering what the hell is going on. We thought we had our strategy pretty set, and not to be. It's Hurley getting the move on Lee Perkins, and that's Parker as well, who on his previous lap set the fastest lap of the race. So he won 59.977 to Aaron Parker. I want to call him Knox Parker because that's what I know him as. I don't know him, but I know of him. Like I said, a very speedy racer is Parker. And we go back to these guys. So 2.7 seconds is the gap between Rayton and Hignett. Now, last trip around, Terry Rayton was a 2-minute 9.67. Benjamin Hignett was a 2-minute 5.47. And Max Ricker was a 2-minute 1.225. So Benjamin Hignett, as he's shown all night, has got the pace to win this, even though he's in P6 right now, as Neil Fakely making his scheduled stop. As Herbertron and James Mack, how much longer can they go for? That's going to be the big question. They've been line astern for a little while now. And so have these two. Mitch Hayes will start to be getting a little bit sick and tired of looking at the rear of that Bentley of Kinero. 3/10 faster was Kinero on that previous lap. 2-minute 1.4 versus a 2-minute 1.7. So 2.6 seconds the gap between Hignett and Rayton. And Rayton less than a second between he and Max Ricker, as Paul Russell getting the move done on Fakely, who's just come out of the pits last lap. A bit of a slide going on there, and Russell moves himself up into P15. Back to this battle here. And the gap sort of stabilising at 2.6, 2.8 seconds between Rayton and Hignett as well. So Herbert has inherited the lead because James Mack has decided now is the time for him to stop. And that will that means there'll be 3 remaining. Herbert, Latanzio and Masterson, who have all yet to pit. So here's the battle between Max Ricker and Terry Rayton, 3rd and 4th. There's Hignett in the background. Last lap around, Ricker, 2-minute 0.8. So was Rayton, 2-minute 0.6. So that pace isn't going to be quite enough for Hignett to get it done here. So a strategy masterstroke from Ricker and Rayton have put themselves in a very, very handy position right now. And especially with Benjamin Hignett, his tyres are 20 minutes older than Rayton's and 22 minutes older than Ricker's. So, and they'll all be pretty even on fuel load as well. So, a tactical masterstroke from Ricker and Rayton. I've put them in P1 and P2, and it's left Benjamin Hignett with a bit of work to do. 2.3 seconds, third race distance still remaining in this one, 19 minutes in fact. And Vinny Canero and Mitch Hayes would have been thinking, we're on for a podium here, we've just got to not take each other out, but push each other along, and we could have a spot on step 2 and step 3 of the podium. But how it sits at the moment, they may not even make the top 5 at this stage. So 3.8 seconds the difference between them, between Canero and Masterson. That was Wally Masterson just in the foreground there. He has not pitted, so that makes that null and void. Makes me sound like a bit of a... Oh, not really, you know. Who's off here? Someone was off. Not too sure. So Herbertron is in the lead of this one though. So what are we looking at? A 33-second pit stop. 7, 8, 10, 26, 29. Yeah, he's still going to sort of filter out in P10. Pace is certainly quickened up. Track at 29 degrees, so it's gone up another degree. Is that fast yet? So not hitting optimal. Rain's scheduled, saying at the half an hour mark. And when I saw that, there was still about 27 minutes left. So we may not see any rain before the end of this one. In saying that though, it is the UK, and weather at this track is certainly not unfamiliar. We're having a look at the Bentley, the right-hand drive. He's chasing down Parker. He's done a good job. He's worked his way up into P13. Can't remember if he started from the pits or not. No, it was Russell and Henderson. I think it was Pierre Reid. This is for legitimate position. You watch Paul Russell work away at the wheel. I can't believe I haven't used this camera angle before. Anyway, gap now is 1.5 seconds the difference between Rayton and Hignett. Last lap around he was 1.5 tenths, 2.5 tenths faster than Rayton, and he was 4 tenths faster than Ricker. So here we go. Ricker's got Latenzio up ahead. Now this is 4th position because Latenzio hasn't pitted yet. So he still needs to make a stop, as does our race leader, Herbert. Masterson was one of the last 3 cars that hadn't made a stop. There he is. Oh, he's in and out. He's done. What was that stop time? That will give us a bit of an indicator. 35 seconds. Yeah, okay. So you're looking at 33, 35 minimum. Max Ricker looking to send it down the inside of Latenzio. Nothing doing there. Bit of bonnet cam. There's jagged edges. As this is Terry Rayton making a move on Ricker. The car just wanted to slide out. Good save there by Max, who now runs wide. And he's going to have company from the car that he doesn't want company from. That's Benjamin Hignett. So less than a quarter distance left in this race. And this is essentially the battle for P1, 2 and 3. Terry Rayton just was able to get past Ricker, who's now under fierce attack from Benjamin Hignett. I have to say, bloody great racing tonight. How good. It's been a very entertaining race. Qualifying was a no-show, but the race has certainly made up for that. So Ricker, how long can he keep Hignett at bay? Vinny Canero and Mitch Hayes, they're 20 seconds off this battle. So they are right now, with 13 minutes and 45 seconds remaining, out of podium contention unless, touch wood, something happens to one of these three here. Which I don't want to see. I want to see clean racing till the end. Hignett ducking and diving, dodging and weaving, trying to find a way past. Ricker just holding his line, trying to make that Porsche as wide as he possibly can to keep that Ferrari at bay. Will we see any rain in the mix as well? That's going to be interesting too. Good hard racing right now between these two. Max Ricker, our reigning champion. Benjamin Hignett, our championship leader right now, in a commanding position too in the championship, considering Vinny Canero was his nearest rival. He's currently in P6 at this stage. Good little haul of points it would be if Hignett can take the race victory. Probably getting ahead of myself a little bit though at the moment, as Lattanzio makes his pit stop. So that's one car out of the way for these two drivers to deal with. Clean action up ahead. That's Rayton, our race leader. There's a blue flag waving up there in the distance. Not too sure if that's for Herbert, because he is our race leader. 7.1 seconds the difference between Rayton and Herbert. As Lattanzio still in the pits, and off he goes. He's done. As Hignett got a pretty good run on Ricker. Ricker able to defend. So just over 11 minutes left. Once we get into single digits, the mindset changes a little bit. A little bit more added pressure. Time winding down. Hignett with a nice run through Village into the loop. Oh, we've seen that from Ricker in the past as well. A couple of laps ago, where the car just wanted to turn around on him. If we watch it from the helicopter view, watch this. I don't think he gets any contact. No, that back end just wanted to turn around. Hignett makes contact, but I don't see anything in that. That was just more, it was a bit of an innocent bystander in all of that. So Ricker in fourth right now. Herbert's still yet to pit. It's going to be minimum 33 to 35 seconds for him. So he'll definitely be the highest of the AM runners. There's only two of them in the field tonight, he and Rolly Masterson. They're bookending the grid right now. P1 and P17. So we've lost a couple since we started. Adrian Rice is currently leading the silver class at the moment. very, very shortly. This is the battle for the silver class lead. So Rice doing a good job of holding on, but he's got Parker behind him. He also has Russell hunting him down. So that very lovely turned out Honda, the Mobile 1 livery, if you like. I mentioned it in the chat, it was pretty simple to do with the classic white. But yeah, I think it looks nice. Done for his first livery. Done a pretty bloody good job, I reckon. So well done to Aaron Parker. Hayes and Kinero finally swapped positions. So Hayes has managed to find a way past with 9 minutes remaining. Kinero doesn't want to give it up without a fight. Oh, they almost make more contact. Nice racing from those two, though. Oh, he's going around the outside of Stowe, I believe. Yeah, and then they race for it into Vale. And he holds on to it. Nice work. Chase just shuts the door on him. Says, it's mine. I got it. I want it. So Mitch Hayes is currently P5. Two off his best finishing position for the season. He finished third in round number 4. So good work there from Mitch Hayes. Now, this is for the race lead. So Herbert is in P1, still needs to pit. So this is the net race lead. A tick over 8 minutes remaining. And it's Benjamin Hignett hunting down Terry Rayton. Less than half a second separating them at the moment. You don't need to tell you that, though. You can see that on the track. Hignett will just need to show a little bit of patience, I reckon. Terry Rayton, very experienced racer. And he's going to use every bit of that experience to make that BMW as absolutely wide as possible and make it as difficult as possible, all within reason and within the rules and regulations, to prevent that Ferrari from getting through. Terry Rayton will want to race win as much as the next guy, and he'll want to try and hold on. So 7 minutes now, counting down. They're in single figures. Max Ricker just dropped off slightly. 2 seconds back at the moment as we speak. And Adrian Rice also doing a fantastic job of keeping Parker behind him for how much longer we don't know. A great cracking race between Rice and Parker. That is for the Silver Class Championship class victory. As we're back to the action at the front of the field. How long can Herbert go? He's been going for 53.5 minutes already. Incredible. Ferrari does have a fair tank in it, as there he goes. He's in the pits now. Boom, as these two cars go through. Bumper cam. Oh no, oh yeah, so that's Herbert coming out of the pits. And looks like Russell has gotten past Parker. So that is good news for Adrian Rice with 5.5 minutes left. He's got a separator between he and Parker, who are both battling it out for the Silver Class victory. The bad news is he's got Paul Russell behind him. He's going to have to try and keep him at bay. Trying to get all my words out tonight. Here's Frost and James Mack. This is for 6th and 7th. Oh, contact and a whack into the wall. That is very unfortunate for Frost. Go to the rear view. And there it is. There's the contact, and contact again, and whack into the wall. And that's an unfortunate end for Matt Frost in the 666. He's dropped down into 13th. Where did he start? He started in 6th. So a disappointing end to the evening for him with just on 4.5 minutes remaining. Out in front though, the battle continues to rage between Rayton and Hignett. 4 minutes now left. 4 minutes and 10 seconds. Probably a couple more laps. Terry Rayton will be hoping it's 2. Benjamin Hignett will be hoping it's 3. Either way, this is going to go down to the wire. Last lap around, Hignett was 3/10 slower than Terry Rayton. So, the 666 is going around again. That's Matt Frost. So disappointing way for him to finish the evening, and he's teleported back to the pits. So that is his night done after such a good qualifying. And running up there in the top 10 with 4.5 minutes remaining. A very, very sour way for his race to end. In the meantime, Hignett continues to hound away on the back of that BMW. Terry Rayton. Great racing between these two. Ricker just hanging in there as well. You can see him just there. So he'd be happy to pick up any scraps that might fall his way. Right now he's on track for a podium though. Here's Max Ricker. It'll be his second, third position in a row. So he's in a nice little bit of form right now. Last 4 races. 12th, 5th, 7th and 3rd. Last race was the outlier and all of that. He's had a good run of it. I think he's starting to come to grips with that Porsche. In the meantime, probably 2 laps left now. They're lapping in the 2 minutes. So 2 more trips around. Can Rayton hold on? Can Hignett find a way past? More importantly, can he find a clean way past? That's going to be the challenge, because we're coming into the final moments of this one. The pressure is definitely turned up. The stakes are a little bit higher. Desperation levels are a bit higher as well. Good force mistake from either driver, which neither of them would want. Ricker would be happy to pick up anything that fell his way though. Ooh, Hignett having a look into Vale. Continuing to have a look, trying to glue himself to the rear bumper of Rayton. Fast right-hander of Abbey. As they move up through farm, looking to go around the outside here through village. He'll have the inside run for the loop, but he can't quite squeeze it up the inside. So we're into the final minute. They will have to do one more lap. They're going to miss it by about 10 to 12 seconds, I think. So have to do one more trip around. Looks like Rice has managed to continue to fend off Russell as well. So that silver class going all the way down to the wire. Adrian Rice doing a sterling job of holding on, keeping Russell and Parker at bay. There we go, there's the signal. Leader is on the final lap. Terry Rayton just needs to hold on here. He's got 5.89 kilometres, 18 turns to do it. Benjamin Hignett now desperately looking for a way past. Not going to happen through here. Can he get a good run out through Chapel? Maybe launch an attack at the through around Stowe. We've seen that happen. Oh, here's the rain as well. So just to add a little bit more drama, Hignett, can he hang it around the outside at Stowe, the right-hander? They're going to go side by side. He'll have the inside run. They make a little bit of contact. Contact again! Almost synchronized spinning there. It was just the littlest of taps. Where's Hayes coming through? He's not going to be able to take a position away. Maybe he will. Terry Rayton has gone into the wall. Let's see that again on the replay. We're in the Halley cam. There was contact 1, contact 2. They both go around. Max Ricker, he goes through. Terry Rayton ends up in the wall. Benjamin Hignett now. We're going to go back to live images very, very shortly. But I think Max Ricker has 1, Hignett in 2nd, and Mitch Hayes, I think, is in P3 right now. So Ricker would have seen all of that unfold before him. And he's managed to just breeze on through. Hignett still holds in P2. Terry Rayton in 4th. Hayes in 3rd right now. So after that long, hard battle with Kinero, it's going to pay off for Hayes. He is going to end up with a podium. I did say that would have to take something to happen at the front, and it did indeed. And Max Ricker is going to come home and take victory number 2 for the season. Two wins in the last 4. Congratulations, round number 7. Max Ricker, well done. Cracking drive from him. Benjamin Hignett comes home in P2. And Mitch Hayes is going to come home in a very, very well-deserved P3. He's 2nd of the season. And very good reward for effort there from Mitch Hayes. Well done to him. P3. Terry Rayton comes home in 4th. He'll be a bit disappointed with that. Kinero, Henderson, Reed. Where is Adrian Rice? Oh, there's contact between he and Russell. That was very unnecessary. Adrian Rice battling it out for the Silver Class Championship. Manages to hold on. Russell comes through in P11. Parker is going to be P12 or 13. It says Henderson is P12, 13. I don't know what's going on now. Here's Hurley, Masterson, and Fakeney. Herbertron finished the highest of the AM runners. Congratulations to him. But our race victor is Max Ricker. We'll get him in the chat after this. Congratulations to him. Hignett. So Ricker, Hignett, and Hayes. And then it's Herbertron, Herbie, and then it's Adrian Rice. Wow. Tell you what, that was a good one to come back to. Let me quickly see. Alright. Done. Let's get out of here. Let's see if we can organize some post-race interviews, shall we? Let's open up the Discord. Oh, I'm going to have to set up my thing in there as well. Alright. It's just opening up. Just bear with me, everyone. Oh, I'm so glad my PC survived. How good. Here we go. Alright, so is the green room available? Where is it? Looking. Where are we? Mashup Monday, MNL series, mashup, driving standards. Oh man, where is this thing? Oh, here we go. Green room. All right, we're here. All right. I have to user settings. No. Oh, voice. Here you go. Voice and video. right. Is it working? Oh, I think it is. That is good. All right. So, let me see if I can get some people in here for you. Let's put Candy.
Nick!
Max Rickett, my man! How are ya?
I thought that I would have never talked to you this season with the Porsche, but in the end, you missed one win, but at least I got another one. Hey!
I know. I'm spewing that I missed that one. That was a couple of rounds ago. But congratulations tonight. I said on the stream that it's probably to get a race victory, you would take one of those two guys to have some sort of incident, and they did. Walk us through your version of it. How did you see it unfold right in front of you?
I was hoping for them to explode in front of me because I was like, come on. I was trying to gain a little bit to make it closer so that if they were touching, just to chuck in the nose, but I was too far. Ben was flying. I broke up for practice, so I didn't even know what setup I was using. Basically, my pressure were a little bit all over the place. But the rain helped me a lot because, Terry was very fast at the beginning. Then I managed to catch up. He made a little bit of a mistake. Then I made a mistake because I got Nando there, and I was like, be patient. Instead, no, I wasn't patient, and because I wasn't patient, then Terry just made the move, and he just made a great move. And and then Ben was there. I was like, what is Ben doing here? I didn't. We were all mixed up with the race star. I don't know what happened in the race star because I think that the poleman was facing the wrong way, right?
Yeah, no, the pole was all right. There was like 3 drivers that ended up starting in the pit lane for whatever reason. Paul Russell, and I think it was Parker and Henderson, I think. So yeah. So it wasn't the pole man that ended up facing the wrong way. It was. There was
an Honda. It was an Honda that was in facing the wrong way.
I think it was Parker. I think Parker.
Yeah. Anyway, got lucky there and went through. To be honest, I wasn't expecting anything from this race and got lucky. Right? This is one of those races that you get lucky.
Mate, you got to be there to get the luck, though. That's the thing, So, and did you started on dry tires as well? I take it.
You know me. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna risk it.
Yeah. Of course. And talk to me about your strategy as well, because the other guys, Kinero and Hayes, as well as Hignet, they looked more to the traditional strategy, where you and Rayton went longer, and your stops were only like 33 seconds compared to like a minute 3. So, was that always the plan?
Yeah, there was a plan because when I saw it was raining, I was like, perfect, it's gonna stop raining. I'm gonna go out on dry for the first 20-15 minutes. The tires, they won't go down enough to be needing to change,
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'll just stick, and I just chuck in 1 liter of fuel and out. But the start was interesting because with the qualifying was 1 lap, and clearly 1 lap wasn't enough to put any times. And so starting behind, my strategy was I'll just go in the pit the first lap, so that I just do my rhythm and don't stop and just pick up as many positions as I can, just circulating by myself. But then with the messy start, and suddenly we were like, Terry was going pretty fast, no one in front of us. We were progressing, and so I was like, is it worth getting out? And I was getting in, and I was like, nah, not really. And so as soon as I saw Terry coming in, I'm like, yep, copycat, because track position, I'm learning that the Porsche is very strong in that exit of the corner. So as soon as you close the door and when you smash the throttle, the car just fly by. And so I was gaining on every corner exit. I had enough to protect myself the next corner, So the track position was important. But I made a few mistakes.
Well, mate, congratulations. That's your second race win of the season, your second race win in 4 rounds. Yeah, phenomenal effort tonight, and yeah, you got a bit lucky, but like I said, you got to be there to make your luck. So yeah,
I almost been it. I don't know if you saw me, like 2 laps from the end.
yeah, I saw,
I
I
was
saw,
like,
yeah.
I almost lost it, and I was like, went into the grass. I was like, oh no, keep it. And there's a bit of asphalt there off the grass, you
Yeah,
know. Like, yeah, jump back into the asphalt there.
yeah.
Anyway,
No.
but it was good. It was good, and good to have you back, mate.
Yeah, good to be back. Good to be back. The PC's back and working properly. So, thankfully, but
Very nice. I'll leave you
awesome,
with the 2 other boys.
legend. All right,
See ya.
cheers. Thanks, Max. Bye. All right, I think we got Adrian Rice. Are you there, Adrian?
Yeah, man, I'm here.
What's going on? How are you?
That's a bit of an odd question, but tonight I'm all right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know whether I should call you my good luck charm or bad luck charm, because while you've been away, I've been having an absolute shit season, and now you're back. I'm starting to have a good one. So
There you go.
I
I'll
don't know
take
which
it.
way around to read that.
No, I'll take it. I'll take it. What's up with your livery tonight? You had like the yellow fluoro. What's up with that? You didn't have the GIO one.
No, I get bored.
Okay.
I only really had the GO one for Bathurst because of the Australian round and stuff like that. So
Okay. No, fair enough.
back to my whatever livery I feel like on the day.
All good. All good. Now, great job from you tonight. Talk us through the last few laps there, especially the last corner with you and Paul Russell. You were battling it out with Parker to hold on to the silver championship. Silver class victory, and then there was a bit of argy-bargy there right at the end with you and Russell.
Yeah, I just think he was hoping that the gap would open up a bit more, and it didn't. So it's sort of that's no big deal.
Okay. And walk us through the rest of your race as well. You qualified, I think, sort of mid-pack, 10th, 11th, around there, I think it was.
Yeah, I didn't quite get a full dry lap on my qualifying run, so the last half of the last sector was wet. So I lost a bit of time there, but that was probably not too far away from where I would have been, because I don't actually like this track. I don't seem to go very well here, pace-wise.
Yep.
Don't know why, just never have. So yeah, I started on slicks, which, given how little rear grip the Mustang has in every other condition, it was a bit exy, but and I was hoping to maybe get a bit of an undercut, but I think I might have changed tyres, and a few people in front of me didn't. So I had plenty of pace at the end for the most part until the rain started again.
Cool.
But yeah, just tyres were a little bit overpressured at the end because of the changing conditions. I did try to adjust them at the pit stop, but it wasn't enough. So that I had to back off a couple of times for a couple laps to get them back down to something reasonable. They were getting up into the high 27s in the dry, so not great for grip.
Yeah, and you started on the dries as well, like everyone else, pretty much.
Yeah, it was only 10 minutes, and you use up probably a quarter of that just doing the parade lap. So I thought it's only going to be 2 or 3 laps, and the track will start to come back. So it was just hoping I could hang on to the thing, because like, it is a terrible car in the wet. It's got just no rear end in the wet at all. It's like just driving a giant drift car the whole way around.
Yeah, right. Well, kind of fun, but not fast though. At the same time.
No, and I'm not a big fan of the rain. Everyone else goes absolutely gaga over it when it starts raining, but
Yeah.
Rain to me is just it's just miserable.
It's same with me. It's like it just makes it harder for me. You're making my life harder. The less enjoyment, much harder. So, yeah, nice. And give us what's been the update in the sim world? Tell us a little bit what's been happening in sim racing. You've always got the finger on the pulse. What's the hot news at the moment?
There's not a lot happening. A lot of leagues and stuff are shutting down. We've got we should have some new LMU stuff coming through, but that's no secret to anybody now. We should be getting some GT3 cars and private servers by early next year, which should be good.
Yep.
The last thing I heard about Ace is that you can probably expect 6 months before anything really good starts to happen in that, unless they're lying to us, because and there's content that's not being talked about. But 6 months was the earliest I've heard bandied around that you'll start seeing modding and stuff in it, but that just depends how well it goes when it's
Released.
proper release. But other than that, no, it's all been a bit quiet. Last little, I think everyone's maybe a little bit simmed out at the moment. Maybe I think
Possibly. I think everyone maybe just looking forward to Christmas and having a little break. So
Well, of course, America starts all their stuff early, so they're already in the middle of Thanksgiving and all that sort of stuff as well.
True,
So
true.
they all get a bit quiet around then. So
Yeah. Well, thanks for the update. Congratulations on tonight. I hope I am your good luck charm. So,
well, something has to be better because it has been a shocker of a season. It really has.
I've been keeping tabs along in the chat. I did notice there was a few. I kind of assumed that your racing hadn't been going that well, judging by the comments. So, good to see you had a good result tonight. So, congratulations.
No worries, thanks, mate.
Awesome. Thanks, Adrian. All right, and last but certainly not least, it's Robin Herbert. It's Herbertron, as everyone likes to know. Everyone knows him by. Herbie, how are you?
Good, mate. You?
Good, mate. Congratulations. Another class victory. Is that like 5 for the season, I think?
4 or 5, yeah.
Yeah, you're up there. How was your... you were leading for some of the race tonight. You were up there.
I don't know how many. Yeah, I don't know how many laps, but it was a fair few laps after James Mack went in for the pits.
Yeah.
So it was a fair few, and I just went long. I was going with long and just came in at 6 minutes to go. So
Yeah.
just for a 3-litre splash and dash. So hung on to the tyres all the way through and just sort of nursed him along in the first stint, but I was behind Macca for a lot of the way, battling with him. He had a little bit of damage, but yeah, no, I qualified 7th and finished 7th with a little bit of luck in the last couple of laps. So happy with that.
Well, and the class victory as well. I think we've got to keep that in mind. So, no, but it was good. And give us a bit of insight to your battle with James Mack. You guys were sort of having a go at each other for a little while there.
Yeah, he pulled away a little bit there, and then I clawed him back, and then he just couldn't get away from me after that. But I think his tyres started to sort of go off a bit, which helped me.
Yeah.
Just keep in touch with him. You know, it was sort of going between sort of 0.03 to, or like 0.3 to 0.7, sort of the gap, just back and forth depending on the corners. So that was for a fair few, and we'll sort of Ricey and Nando took weren't really gaining on us very much per lap, so we didn't sort of slow each other down too much. There was a couple of times we sort of gave away half a second on the field, but
yeah,
other than that, it was pretty consistent. So
yeah, and it was good to see at the front of the field as well. You and James having a go there at the front was fun to see. And how's the last few races gone for you? Obviously, haven't been around, but how have they? You've obviously been dominating because this is like your 5th class victory of the season.
Yeah, the last 2 races were probably the weaker tracks for me. Kyalami, especially in Misano.
Yeah.
So I was just trying to get, play it safe and get a good result from there. So I had a bit of luck, and didn't really let too many points, gain between the other guys. So yeah, that was good. And I knew Silverstone was one of my stronger tracks. So I was ready. I was ready for this one.
Yeah. And what about Red Bull Ring? That's next week. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I haven't really done too much in this. I've done a lot on the F1 game, but before, but I haven't done too much in this game. So it'll be interesting. And I don't think I've driven the Ferrari around it, so I'll have to see how it goes. I've done the Mustang, and then we did some G2 races. So
I actually, funnily enough, I did a little enduro there not too long ago in the Ferrari, and the fuel economy around there was quite good, but I don't think it's really going to be playing into any kind of advantage in a 60-minute race. So
probably not.
Well,
it's going all right. So
nice. Well, congratulations, another class victory. I think you'll be leading the AEM Championship coming into the last couple of rounds of the season. But awesome effort, and well done on tonight.
Thanks, mate.
Cool. All right.
Thanks,
Thanks,
thanks for the stream as usual.
Yeah, all good. Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers, mate. Bye.
All right. That's everything. So we're all done for this evening. As mentioned, next week it is the Red Bull round. So the Red Bull Ring for round number 8, the penultimate round of the season. So we'll be back next week. Fingers crossed. Hopefully my computer survives. It'll be fine. But yeah, good to be back in the saddle. Hope you all enjoyed the stream tonight. And yeah, we'll be back to do it again. Same place, same time next week. Between then and now, though, to have a good one. Take care of yourself. Stay safe. My name's Nick. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.